Hello, Rowan Mithril here once again, getting back to Let's Play Silent Hill Homecoming. It's time to go for the last few endings, and we're right where we need to be for that. The last few endings, they hinge on this first major choice you have to make.
I'm gonna look around.
And as uncomfortable as this scene was before, we're gonna make it even worse.
Mom. Jesus, what did they do?
Alex. Is that you?
Mom, I'm gonna get you down.
I'm sorry, Alex.
Shh. It's okay.
Your father and I. We loved you so much. They said we could only choose one.
Mom, please. Stop. Save your breath.
Let me go, Alex.
I can't.
It hurts so much. Make it stop.
Mom, I can't.
Please, Alex. Please.
So, for the remaining 3 endings of the game, we are not allowed to show mercy to Alex's mother. So, I'm sorry, I can't.
I can't. I'm sorry, Mom.
Still really not a fan of that scene. But anyway, with that, for making the opposite choice, you get the compassion achievement. Alex could not end his mother's suffering. I was told that during the original LP, I forgot to go and check on her after the events that transpired. This machine, Mom. I should have listened to her. She asked me to, and I didn't. I'm sorry, Mom, I was weak. Okay, you actually get a different message depending on which option you take. I'm a failure. If you examine her after showing her mercy, it instead says something about maybe there was another way I could have done something. Unfortunately, there really isn't. But with that, we've made the choice we needed. So from here, we're pretty much good all the way to the church. So, see you then. Alright, so it's time for the second choice, and for the next ending we're going for, we are going to show forgiveness to our father.
I feel that you could start loving your son at any time.
I do love my son, Father. I love both my sons. But I had to make a choice. And the only way to live with that was to make sure my son never loved me. I had to make sure that he would never feel joy or compassion. All the things that make life worth living. You must understand, I was only trying to make things easier for him. And for me. And for this selfishness, I ask forgiveness.
If you truly want forgiveness, then you already have it.
Thank you, Father. And now I have something for you, Father.
I don't need anything from you. What?
It's okay, Dad. I'm sure you had a perfectly good reason for wanting to kill me, and that makes it okay. But anyway, with that, we're pretty much good all the way through to Amnion, so back at the end of that fight. And so, once again, we have messily defeated Amnion. So, it's time for our new ending. So, just to recap on what we did not show mercy to Alex's mother, but we did show forgiveness to his father.
I'm sorry, Josh.
As usual, this part plays out the same.
Never meant for this to happen.
I'm just not sure how much hitting start is going to skip the cinematic, you know. Don't want to skip over the ending.
Here, buddy. Take this. God.
So, time for our new ending. And we got the achievement, The Old Gods. The Old Gods haven't left this place. Complete game on hard difficulty. Another Silent Hill 2 reference. I seem to remember this had something to do with the rebirth ending of that one. James said something about the Old Gods haven't left this place before conjuring them to try and revive his wife. But anyway, we've completed hard mode. Yay! So, now time for the ending. Didn't expect him to just go ahead and throw the achievement at me right there.
Wait, what are you doing? Was this a dream? Is Joshua okay?
It's not working.
I didn't go anywhere?
No, Alex. And you won't be going anywhere until you can start to accept reality and responsibility.
No, please don't.
So we've unlocked the ER Alex costume. We'll be having a look at that a little bit later. And yes, we'll go ahead and save the game. Just put it there for now. And we get the achievement Intensive Care. Achieved Ending 4. So I'm just going to go ahead and mute the audio here and let the credits play out because I've got more to talk about here. First off, thoughts on the ending itself there, the hospital ending. It's kind of an interesting one. As far as bad endings go, I actually kind of like that ending. It's along the same lines as the bad ending from the original Silent Hill, in which the entirety of the series of events was taking place in Harry's mind as he lay dying in his crashed Jeep. The whole dying dream scenario. It's kind of what we have going on here. It's further cementing the fact that Alex was the patient in room 206 the whole time, hence the significance of that number in the game. That he was the one that was scheduled for the lobotomy, the electroshock therapy, which we were seeing there, all the drugs to try and handle his mental issues. And so, basically, according to this ending, everything that happened was just going on in his head. If you look at the hospital staff, it's kind of interesting. One of them was Deputy Wheeler, another one was his father. So what it all means exactly is unclear, but it's kind of an interesting concept. The whole, this is all taking place in your head. I kind of like that as far as bad endings go. It's interesting. Other thing I want to talk about is hard mode itself. This is actually the first time I've played through the game on hard mode without the, well, some might call it cheating of the infinite ammo firearm that we don't have just yet. Reason we don't have it yet is because of the order I usually show the endings in. That ought to clue you in a little bit. But yeah, usually I don't bother with hard mode until I have that thing. This has been a bit different thus. But honestly, it wasn't really as bad as I was expecting. Harder, yes, but not too terribly bad. The thing is, the combat system of this game, it lends itself well to what hard mode is in this game. That is, as long as you're really good at fighting the enemies and you know the right combos to use against them, you don't have to worry too much. It's if you drop those combos or just, get careless, that's when you get punished for it. And I kind of like that system. It's okay. Some areas were tougher than others, usually if I was just surrounded or swamped by enemies. Like the parade of nurses in Dr. Fitch's office. That was a bit of a thing. Schisms, too. I mean, you could see how in the original LP I'd have moments where I'd drop my knife combos against them, and they'd punish me for that. In normal mode, not too bad. You'd lose a little bit of health. Hard mode, it hurts a lot. And let me just say, needlers and rifle-armed order soldiers, kind of a thing, that. But all in all, hard mode still feels very doable. I never felt once like, oh man, am I going to be able to do this? So, it's very doable, you just have to be really good with the combat system is all. So that, we'll go ahead and skip through the rest of the credits here. Oh, right, ending scene. I want to say from what I've heard, this little tacked-on ending scene, on normal mode, you only see it if you got all of Joshua's photos. On hard mode, it just plays no matter what. And, well, we can't skip it. I just cleaned these floors. Somebody keeps coming in with messy, wet footprints and messing up all my housework. Was that you?
Smile.
So with that, getting kicked back to the title screen, we'll go ahead and show the ER Alex costume real quick. So yes, ER Alex. Your basic blood-stained Dr. Scrubs. Nothing too major, it's a simple enough outfit, but I kinda like it. And it also makes me have to wonder, can you imagine how twisted Silent Hill would be if the quote-unquote protagonist was an unethical doctor? You know, the type that would do, like, unnecessary surgeries or what have you? Just imagine how sick and twisted that would look. But anyway, we've got some other endings to go through, so back in a moment. So, time to head for the next ending, and this time we're going to be as negative as possible. No mercy for Mom, and no forgiveness for Dad.
There are some people God doesn't bother with.
What are you telling me? Are you saying my prayers fall on deaf ears?
The only prayer I will say for you is this. Whatever hell awaits you, it won't be long before you see it.
Well, if that is His will, I accept it. And now I have something for you, Father.
I don't need anything from you. What?
I don't forgive you! I don't need you! You're not my real dad! But Roam, I hear you all saying, how do you get 5 endings from just 2 major choices in the game? That should only equal out to 4. First, whether or not you show mercy to Alex's mother, and from there, on each path, whether or not you forgive his father. This is true, that should only be 4. However, if you deny both parents, there is actually a third choice in the game that makes the difference between those last 2 endings, whether or not you save Wheeler with a first aid kit. It does beg the question of why they only did it for these 2 endings and not all the others. I guess 8 endings was just more than they really wanted to do. So with all that in mind, for the purposes of our next ending, we will not be saving Wheeler. Before we go in there and refuse to help him, take a look at my totals here. I currently have 10 health drinks and 10 first aid kits. So then, no, he's too far gone. No first aid kit for you. 2 things worth noting. Since we didn't help Wheeler, he's not giving that labored breathing that he does when you do give him a first aid kit. Meaning he's pretty much gone. But if we look at our totals, we now have 11 first aid kits, meaning if you make the decision to not help Wheeler, you just automatically pocket that first aid kit. Also note, you do not get an achievement for not saving Wheeler. It's the only major game choice where you only get an achievement for one possible path. Saving him gets you the About Those Drinks achievement, but that's it. Just in case this scene is any different.
You need to get out of here.
What about you?
I can't. Not without Joshua.
Be careful. I can't lose you too.
So, once again, back after Amnion. So, once again, we've defeated Amnion and we're on our merry way. We permitted both of our parents to suffer and we didn't save Wheeler. I'm sure this can only end in happy fun times and rainbows.
God. What are you doing? Get away from me! No!
And congratulations, you are fan service. We've unlocked the Bogeyman Alex costume, which is pretty much the best out of all of them. So again, we'll go ahead and save and move on to talking about this ending and the achievement for it and all that sort of thing. So we get the achievement Judgment. Achieved ending 3. So we'll go ahead and skip the end credits here. Because, yeah, we still have to go through the wet footprint scene. But anyway, that ending, that's kind of a weird one, and yet more of let's shoehorn Pyramid Head Bogeyman into this. And let's make another one. Now, there is, in the context of how they use Pyramid Head in this game, there is reason for it. If you think about the choices you made, and the role that Pyramid Head serves, basically he's out to punish people and cause suffering. Well, we let our mother suffer through the pain of the torture rack, we let our dad suffer the guilt of not forgiving him for his actions, and we let Wheeler suffer the pain of having basically every knife in the kitchen butcher block stuck in his chest. So, we basically were doing Pyramid Head's job for him, and so he's just welcoming us to the club.
Smile.
So the ending makes sense in its odd little way, but again, it just kind of feels like it cheapens the role of Pyramid Head in the series. So yeah, time to show off my personal favorite costume in the entire game. Just because it's so cheesy. We got Bogeyman Alex, which is basically his default costume, just with a Pyramid Head helmet slapped on his head. It's just so perfect. It is absolutely amazing seeing that come up in cutscenes. Don't believe me? And today, students, we are going to be performing a radical pyramidectomy. It is a very rare surgery. Wait, what are you saying? No, I didn't agree to this! Thanks for the ride into town, Travis. Say hi to the butcher for me.
Thanks for the ride.
Hey, Judge Holloway, can I ask you a question?
Sure, Alex. What is it?
Have you seen a big knife? Long, bloody and rusty, pretty ancient. My weapon. I have to find it.
Damn it!
You always were, Klutz. You okay?
Alex? Oh my god, Alex!
You know anyone else that looks this good in sharp metallic headgear?
Hey,
I put my hands through the jagged metal helmet and it hurt! Daddy?